all the footage I did get of the hotel. I do try and be quite respectful to children and people around me. You know, people are in the swimming costumes and things. I do try and be as respectful as I possibly can to other people around me so that I don't get them in the camera as best as possible, really. So that's all the footage I got, but I do want to do a little bit of a chit chat because I do have quite a lot to say on this resort, especially given that it's a 5-star all-inclusive. It's in Ibiza. Ibiza's expensive enough. So I do just want to give you the best review as possible because I found that this resort just didn't have that many videos on it. There was a lot of TripAdvisor reviews, but there wasn't many videos, and I do sometimes think you want to see the all-inclusive, especially if you've got fussy kids or there's a fussy eater within the family. You just want to be able to know as much as possible. I know I do. So I'm going to give you a full rundown of my review, and I'm going to start by telling you that I paid £1,600 for a week. The kids were off school. It was half term. Now I would normally wait till the kids are back in school, but I was going for a wedding, so I didn't have that luxury. Those were the dates I had to go. So I went the 23rd of May to the 30th of May. Now, this is a 5-star resort as far as TUI are concerned. I personally don't think it's 5-star, and I'm going to get into why I don't think it's 5-star. I would say it's just on 4. And I know that some people might say, no, it's definitely 5-star, but I think once you leave that hotel and have been somewhere else, especially if you've done a Caribbean all-inclusive, you're going to probably find you don't think this is 5-star. You're going to probably go with 4. So I want to start by talking about food because, as I said, it's an all-inclusive resort, and that makes it more, I think the reason why a lot of people are going to book this resort is because it's all-inclusive. Now, firstly, I would say I've never done Ibiza. I found Ibiza, when we went out, we went to the marina and stuff, to be expensive. So I do think all-inclusive is a good idea, especially if you've got children or you are someone like me who drinks a lot of soft drinks. The all-inclusive I thought was good. It wasn't great. It was good. It was really good, but not great. And the reason why I'll say that is I am used to Caribbean all-inclusive. And when you're used to Caribbean all-inclusive, you do not understand the rule of you can only drink certain things after 1 o'clock. So the rule is after 1 o'clock, you can only have from the sports bar beer or soft drinks. And I think that's crap. I'm sorry, but I do. I don't understand the difference between a gin and tonic and a beer. Alcohol is alcohol. Either stop serving alcohol in general or just serve what people want. Like, I don't understand. Do beers and spirits at least. I know I can understand maybe there's not enough staff after 1 o'clock, so you don't want to do all the cocktails. Fair enough. I drink beer, and even I wasn't happy with that. Like, I don't get it. Like, I don't. And it doesn't say that. I can't find it anyway on TUI where it says after 1 o'clock you can't have gin. So just to give you that little bit of a heads up, after 1 o'clock you cannot drink anything but beer and soft drinks. The drinks in your room, which I do think is quite important, especially if you're someone who likes to have a drink in your room rather than going down and sitting with people, you don't get an optics, even though it's a 5-star resort, which I was quite shocked by because any 5-star resort I've stayed in the Caribbean, you get an optics in your room and you'll get vodka, gin, whatever. I was expecting that when we got there, but you don't. You get a fridge, and in the fridge you have 2 beers. Again, I think that's the 1 o'clock rule. 2 beers. There was 2 full fat Cokes, 1 Coke Zero, 1 Fanta lemon, 1 Fanta orange, and a Sprite. Now the soft drink side of it, and 4 cans of water, which I thought was really, really good. So the soft drink side of it in your mini fridge was great. The only difference is you can't have any spirits with it. It's only beer, which I think is a bit crap. To be quite honest with you, to do, I think that's crap. I'm just going to say it. That's the drink situation with the all-inclusive. Now, when it comes to the food, I have mixed reviews. So I'm going to start with the buffets, and then I'm going to talk about the restaurants and so on and so forth. So for breakfast, you obviously have a buffet style breakfast. And to be honest, it was absolutely fabulous. There was something for everyone. The footage I did feature before, I'm going to just keep putting them here. Now, the breakfast situation, I did miss a section out filming because there was just always so many people around it. And that was the cold meats, the cheeses, the cold smoked salmon with bagels and cream cheese, all that sort of stuff. I did miss that one stand out. That's the only stand I did miss. But that was the stand I was at the most because I love cream cheese and salmon bagels. So there was something for everyone, from churros, pancakes, waffles, to an omelette station, eggs. There was scrambled egg, different types of scrambled egg. There was hash browns, there was sausages, bacon, 2 different types of bacon, I think, and 2 different types of sausages. Then it was all different types of bread. Then you had a croissant or a pastry station. Then you had your cereals, your muffins, your sweeter stuff, fruit, and then the cold meats and the salmon. So that was like roughly what you got every single morning. It's pretty, I think it was the same every single morning. There was a really good coffee machine, so you could pick whatever you wanted. And then obviously they had the orange juices and then some funky like looking smoothies or like different types of like fruit juices. So there was all that, and I thought the breakfast was really, really good. So if you have a fussy eater within your group, I do think there'll be something for everyone at the breakfast. Now, dinner time, there's quite a few different options. So if you miss breakfast, don't panic too much. You can go to the 24/7 American sports bar place, and they do have breakfast stuff in the morning, and then it flips, I think at about 11:30 or 12, to the burgers, hot dogs, and like a salad station, which runs them from like 12 o'clock all the way to like 3, 4, 5 in the morning, and then it flips back to breakfast. So there is always food available, but after a certain time. So if, say, you get back to your hotel at like 12:30 and you're hungry midnight, you can only get hot dogs, burgers, nachos, which weren't very good. The hot dogs, the burgers were really good. They do chicken burger and a normal burger, and then you can get like wraps and things. They were all really, really good. The nachos weren't at all, like at all. So that does have breakfast. I think the breakfast must run, I'm going to judge, between 5 and 6 in the morning till 12 o'clock in the afternoon, and then from 12 o'clock in the afternoon to 5 or 6 in the morning is burgers and hot dogs. So if you want to go and get dinner from there, you can do. But then you also have the buffet style places. So you have Portofino and the place that you get breakfast from. We mainly chose to eat at the Portofino restaurant, which I just think was nicer for adults. There wasn't as many kids, it wasn't as busy, you had a gorgeous view of the sea. It was a really nice place to eat and have your dinner. You really felt like you were on holiday, rather than going to the other one, which was indoors, windows. Like, it didn't feel as nice as the other one. The food was actually really nice in the buffet dinners. So in the Portofino one, which I filmed for you to see, there was a lot of like fish, paella, there was pulled pork, like wraps, there was salads, there was burgers and hot dogs again. I do wish they would swap that out for something else, because you can get burgers and hot dogs somewhere else. So I do think that station needs changing, put something else there. There was a lot of pastas, there was a lot of like chicken and pork and stuff like that. So the buffet was really good in Portofino, and it was pretty much the same in the place that you had breakfast. The only difference is that they did have, when we went in there, pizza. There was a big massive pizza station. There was a few more pastas and just a few more like different bits and bobs, but around the pretty much same gist as what you're getting in Portofino. So the dinner was really nice in there. You could get some drinks as well, so there was people for you to get a drink off. Fast forward to tea time is where you go and sit in the restaurant. Now, I read the TripAdvisor reviews, and there was people saying that it was world-class food. I want to know where you're getting your world-class food from, because I'm not saying I eat Michelin star restaurants all the time, but I can promise you that is not world star food. It isn't horrendous by any means, but it wasn't amazing either. It was just nice. Nothing I had in the nighttime for my tea was mind-blowingly good. Nothing. Not one dish did I have where I went, oh my God, that's insane. Now, the nicest one I did have was the gnocchi from Portofino, just because I couldn't get that anywhere else, and it was just like a sweet, creamy, it was like a honey, I think, was on it. It was absolutely lovely, but at the end of the day, it's only gnocchi. Like, it's not like mind-blowing food. One thing I do want to talk about really quickly whilst I'm here, because this was where I realised it, I wanted a glass of wine. Now, there's only 2 options when you're getting wine. There is a Chardonnay, which was pretty dry, considering it was a Chardonnay, which wasn't too bad, and a Cabernet Sauvignon for red, and that is it. We went to the Mexican. Now, we got nachos, which were nice, and the fajitas, which were nice. And dessert was nice. It was just nice. But what I noticed, and it was when we were in the Mexican that I noticed it, I'd noticed it in the day, but I noticed it even more. There's no atmosphere in the hotel. There's hardly any music. And when we were in the Mexican, it just felt like, I've worked in a Latin American restaurant for years when I was younger. We always had some form of music on in the background, you know, just like like that style, that like Spanishy Mexican style music, just to give you that little bit of a feel of being in Mexico. It was dead silent in every restaurant. Silence. Which makes it really difficult to talk as a group because you normally rely on the background noise just to like drown you out a little bit. When we were in the Mexican, you could hear everyone's conversation. Everyone's. It was really, really, really awkward. Like really, really awkward. So we didn't really like the fact that there was no music. I'm not saying I want it boom, 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 let me hear you say way-o, way-o. I'm just saying there needed to be some little bit of background noise, and I do think that's what the hotel needs across the board. There wasn't even lobby sound, if I can remember. I don't remember being in the lobby at any point and hearing lobby music. Like, I know that might sound stupid, but I do just think it makes the hotel a little bit more welcoming and warm, and the restaurants were pretty... There was no atmosphere in any of them. So then after the Mexican, we went to the Italian, which is, so there's the Mexican and there's the Italian. They literally face each other. We went to the Italian. Again, it was nice. It wasn't mind-blowingly good. I got the duck starter, the seafood linguine, and then for dessert, I can't remember what I got for dessert. But the mussels and the prawns and all that were lovely in the linguine. But again, it was just nice. It wasn't like unbelievable food. And that's all the restaurants you've got. You've got Portofino, the Mexican, the Italian, and then you've got the buffet in the night, which we never went to because we'd done buffet breakfast and dinner. That's the food and what I thought of it. Now, the general hotel is lovely. It is really, really nice. It's really grand when you walk in. The lobby's gorgeous. The lobby is so much nicer than the sister hotel. So much nicer. The Grand Palladium. I can't remember what the other side's called. The White Isle or whatever it's called. It is so much nicer at the Grand Palladium when you walk into that lobby. It's really, really nice. The lobby bar is lovely. It's only open though from 5 to like whatever time, I think till 1. That's really, really nice. Gorgeous, like just to sit in. The general hotel was fab. It was really, really nice. There's 2 massive pools. Now, I swear I read in the TripAdvisor review, there was an adult-only pool. If you've read that anywhere, there isn't. There isn't an adult-only pool. It is just 2 big pools. And then they also have a kids splash zone. Now, for me, I do think this resort needs an adult-only pool. So we were in 4121, I think. I think we were in block 4, if I remember right, which our view, as you can see, overlooks this pool. Is the smaller of the 2 pools. So our hotel room looked over to this, which was a gorgeous view, really, really nice pool. And so we ended up going to that pool on the first day. Now, I wanted to go to the other pool because that's where they'd done some of the exercises. That pool doesn't have any music all day. There is not a sound. And unfortunately for us, on our first day, I was going to go in the water was cold, and I was like, you know what, screw it, I'm getting in, it's pretty warm now. And as I went to get in, everyone dispersed, and I was a bit like, why is everyone leaving? And then I thought, oh, I'm not getting in, I don't know why everyone's leaving, maybe they're shutting the pool. And then I laughed and said, oh, I think someone's had a poo in the pool, laughing and messing. And it turns out a kid had a poo in the pool. And I'm just going to say here now, if you're watching this video, if your kid has toilet issues, put them in a nappy, a swimming nappy. I genuinely think kids should be in swimming nappies till about 4 because accidents can happen. Now, I know people wee in pools constantly. I get it. I know adults do it, kids do it. I get all that. But there is a little bit of a difference when it's poo. So... yeah, so that pool got closed for the whole day after that, and it was quite annoying because then everyone went to the other pool, so you couldn't get in that pool. It was really, really busy, but that wasn't the hotel's fault. And now I understand people might go, oh, but they might have had, you know, diarrhea or whatever. I get that, but this wasn't. This was solid. They came and scooped it out. Like, it was solid. So the kids actually pushed it out. So it would be a difference if it was diarrhea. I wouldn't have even batted an eyelid, and I would have said, oh, do you know what? It happens. Like, you know, bless its little cottons. But it wasn't. It was solid, and the kid's just gone. And obviously that's because the kid's not told mum or dad that they need to go to the toilet. And I get it. But I do just think this is why there needs to be adult-only pools in every resort, because I don't have kids. None of us had kids. So we would rather be in an adult. I don't have to worry about adult. I mean, Kevin and Perry Go Large literally happened on day 1. We literally had a Kevin and Perry moment. and it wasn't even an adult, it was a kid. So I do think it needs an adult only pool, even if it's one of the back ones, because that pool had like a little pool at the back. Just something for adults to be on their own with no kids splashing them or anything, just to chill in the water. I do think every resort should have a small adults only pool. I do. If it's 5-star, maybe because I've got no kids, that's what I think, but I've never been anywhere in the world and a kid poo in my pool. The 2 pools, you have the smaller pool, which was this one, and then you have another pool, which this isn't my footage, this is just the picture of it. The other pool seemed to have a little bit of music on, only a little bit, and they also done like all the exercising in there. So I done aquasizing in there was paddle boarding, there was all the funner pool was this pool, but it was also the busiest pool. So just to give you that heads up, that's the pool you want to go to if you're someone like me who likes to have background music and stuff like that. And also the bar near this one was better for like the frozen margaritas and things. They were really, really nice from there. So this pool is much better than this pool. They do need to work a little bit on this pool. They need to make this one a little bit more just holiday-ish. I'm not saying they have to do all the exercises in there because it is quite a shallow pool, but they could just have a bit of music there, if that makes any sense. So pools were nice, but we had a few issues with the pool situation, and then I just think it was lacking atmosphere. But that pool always had beds by it, and I genuinely think that's why, was because it had no atmosphere. Now, cleanliness of the resort is amazing. That we didn't have one issue. Everything was really, really clean. Everything was really new. The room was absolutely gorgeous. There was loads of space. The only issue I would say with the rooms is in the shower, there's no ledge just to put anything on. So if you are planning on going and it's already booked, maybe just take like a small caddy that can go on the wall, just so you can put some of your things in, because otherwise they are on the floor, which I would just happily take. That's no issue with me. But yeah, that was the only issue with the rooms, which is minute. Oh, and pillows. The pillows were horrendous. The pillows were awful. The bed, lovely and comfy, but the pillows, no. So I was using a towel on top of the pillows that you have on the chairs, you know, like just your lounge chair in the middle of the room. And obviously because people sit on them, I was covering them with a towel and then sleeping on those pillows, because the pillow on the bed was like this long... It's what I have on my bed just for prettiness. I was like, no, that can't be the pillow. And my cousin was like, no, I think that's the pillow. And I was like, no, that's what you put on a bed to make it look nice. Like at the back, so all the pillows are forward. And she was like, no, that's your pillow. I was like, oh, and it was really hard. It just wasn't comfortable. The pillows were not comfy whatsoever, like at all. So I would maybe think about taking a pillow. If you're like me, who is very, like, I've never had an issue the more I think about it with pillows on holiday. This was the first time and I did struggle a little bit. So I'd rather have slept with no pillow than slept with the pillow that was provided. So just to give you that heads up, if you are particular, take your own pillow. But the cleanliness of the hotel room was amazing. The staff were really, really kind. Now I did see mixed reviews on that. We had no issues with the staff. Staff were lovely, helpful. We didn't really need them that much. I think different people do different things. Like I don't really ask the staff for much when I'm on holiday. Like I just I don't even think about asking them for anything. The one staff member that I did notice though was the very fun, over the top, flamboyant. He was just really fun, really nice, really cheery at all times. And I wish I knew his name. If anyone has been and you end up watching this video, down below, because I would love to know his name, because he was really, really nice. But yeah, that's pretty much it. The gym was okay. I think if you were a gym head, you'd know how to use it all the time. Like if it's one of them gyms where there's a few machines, but some of it was outside and the men kept keeping the doors open, so the aircon was just going out, and I hate being hot when I'm working out. So I was relying on the aircon, and I said to the woman, could we just hire the aircon up? And she was like, it's up, but the doors are open. And I was like, oh, so it was annoying. That wasn't anything to do with the hotel. That was to do with people in the gym opening the doors, and because God forbid they open and close the door in between doing stuff. So that was a little bit annoying. But other than that, the gym was actually all right. There wasn't many machines, but it was good enough. And a gym's not often busy on holiday. We did walk the beach a lot, which I done rather than going to the gym. And that was really, really nice. The beach was absolutely gorgeous. It's literally a stone's throw from the hotel. And yeah, the beach was absolutely gorgeous. It really, really was. The view from like the Portofino, where you get to see like out onto the sea, is stunning from the hotel. It really, really is. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I think I've covered all bases with what I wanted to talk about. So it is a 5-star resort. I would call it more just on 4. I just don't think it's a 5-star resort at all. It is lovely though. It is lovely, but it's not 5-star. I definitely think Ibiza, if you're planning on going to Ibiza, then I do recommend it, especially if I was going when I was 18 years old. I would have just paid the extra and gone there, because the money you save is insane. For food, for drinks, you're going to save a fortune. All you would have to pay is for your clubbing. Now, we didn't go out clubbing. The only place we went to was Ocean Beach and Pikes. Ocean Beach, we had a ball, we booked to bed, and you know what? It was really, really good. I'm a Vegas girly, so I didn't know really what to expect with Ibiza. But what I want to say here and now is Ibiza and Vegas are not the same. They are not the same. They're not even similar. They're just completely different holidays. And people always say, oh, Ibiza's better than Vegas, Vegas is better. They're not even in the same realm. Like, I'm sorry, but they're not. Definitely say, if you want to go, go. It's definitely somewhere to go. And that resort is a nice resort to stay in if you want to be somewhere near, you know, your Ushuaia, if you know that that's maybe more where your options are, or you want to be closer to the airport, or whatever like your plan is and why you want to stay in that resort. I would definitely recommend it, but I think if I was to go back, I'd want to try somewhere else, if that makes any sense. So yeah, I don't think it's 5-star. Definitely say it's just on 4, and that's my review. So I hope you like this video. If you are interested in this video anyway, this isn't going to be for everyone, and obviously this is just me wanting to give you a little review of it and some video footage to match. So yeah, if you are going to Grand Palladium, I hope you enjoy it. If you're going to Ibiza soon, I hope you enjoy it. And thanks so much for watching. Bye.